There are two men staring outside my apartment. One of them is holding a blue candle. He is a fur coat wearer. There are holes in his jeans and teeth in his pockets. He always buys coffee from a vending machine. He is always without shoes. He is growing a beard, but not quite grown into it yet. He is tired. The other man can't fathom that anyone besides the people he knows to have ever lived in certain houses don't live there now. What I mean by that is that he can't grasp the concept that our friend Cameron doesn't live 2 blocks away in the house on Mercurial Drive anymore. No, he lived there when we were kids, but now he doesn't. This man, the one outside my apartment now, whenever we're together, he asks me if we can go see Cameron. He'll say we should knock on his door, see if he's home. But he's not, I always say. It's been years since he lived there, but he keeps on about it. Works for restaurants, too, and gas stations, grocery stores, etc., etc. He'll say, we should see if so-and-so's working. Maybe they'll get us free drinks. And I'll say, Cameron, she doesn't work there anymore. She worked there when we were in high school. He and I were looking at a copy of a newspaper. Not me, though, just him. He saw an ad for some kind of obscure roadside attraction. On the ad, there was a picture of a man. He was ordinary enough. He was thin, with a dark blue 3-piece suit. He had dark, well-kept hair and a neat beard. His face was serious, somewhat contemplative, but most of the expression was indecipherable. Above the man were simple black letters on a white background, reading, Man Between Life and Death. We drove 9 hours on silent 2-lane roads to go see him. We found him, though he didn't seem to want to be found. We walked through 2 sets of thick red curtains that had been tied to the limbs of Douglas fir trees. In the middle of the curtains, it was quiet. I felt sick. As we passed through the second set of curtains, we fell into a thin, white room with only 3 chairs. In the chair facing us was the man. He offered us a drink and showed us the different teas he had been fond of. He liked plain black tea lately, and we asked him what there was to do for fun in the place we were in. He said that there was a waterfall not far out of town. We told him we had never seen a waterfall before, and he said that we had to see it, that it was absolutely wonderful. We asked him what he did for work. We talked about childhood, about joy and heartache. We talked about the fear of growing up and about the way the sky sparkles when you haven't seen the stars in a while. We talked about drugs. We talked about the places we've been, the things we felt. We talked about what we knew was true and the people that we wished were there. Before we drove home, he gave us his address, and he said that we could write to him any time. Cameron and I must have written 30 letters between us, but none of them ever came back.